welcome to MoviePod, the podcast about movies. I'm your host, Brian Wishart, and this is the first mainline episode of MoviePod. And to celebrate the historic occasion, I have joining me my very good friend, Ryan. How are you doing, Ryan?
I am well because I got to watch the movie we're going to talk about, and it always makes me feel happy in a bleak way.
It's a good movie, too.
I mean, we'll get into it, but it's like one of those things where it's good because it's good and good because it's interesting, and that's my favorite type of movie where it's like not just, oh, I like that. It's like, oh no, this is weird. Like there's weird things, weird decisions.
We'll get into it because it's a truly bizarre movie.
Oh yeah.
So the movie we're talking about this week is the 1971 kaiju film Godzilla vs. Hedorah, directed by Yoshimitsu Banno. Godzilla vs. Hedorah is the 11th film in the Godzilla saga, or it's not really called a saga, is it? It's more just a series.
Godzilla series. Yeah.
And what era of Godzilla is this? I know they're broken up into eras.
So the first chunk is the Showa era, and that's until there's only 2 movies past Hedorah, and then the Showa era ends, because that ends in like 75, and then they didn't make another movie till 1984.
Are those eras broken up by the Emperor of Japan at the time?
No, I have no idea.
I was curious why they're actually called that, but
I don't know. I know it's Showa and then Heisei, and I've never looked up what that actually means.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is Showa like classic, like golden age?
Not sure.
Do you want to look it up right now and then be like, I knew this the whole time?
Showa era. What does it mean? Research on the air. Okay. Showa era Godzilla. Yeah, it's named after the Showa period in Japan, which is the reign of Emperor Hirohito.
Okay.
So it is based on that. I thought I read something about it at some point because I was curious in the past, but I wasn't 100% sure.
It's literally like the first paragraph of the opening of the Criterion book that I'm looking at now, because I was like, it's got to be in there somewhere. Yeah. I just never remember that.
That set looks really cool too, that Criterion set. I'm jealous.
I highly recommend.
Yeah, I kind of want to pick it up. I just watched this on Criterion Channel, and like, pristine looking movie.
Yeah, it's like... Like, we'll get into that too, but a lot of the stuff, especially out of Japan, was like mono audio, and it's like whatever transfer you got over here, maybe it was the weird American cut up or whatever, that didn't look great for the longest time. So I don't know what, like, if Criterion went and did a digital negative like transfer or what, but it looks like crazy good, like really, really nice.
Another thing about American audiences, too, is that this was released in America as Godzilla versus the Smog Monster. Which is...
kind of fair. Like,
yeah,
I understand. So this is like, what, 71? Like, I get, if you're trying to sell this movie in 71, you can't just be like, it's Godzilla versus Hedorah, and then are you going to put like a... No, really, trust me, watch the movie. Like people just want to, oh, it's a monster movie. Like, what is the monster he's fighting? It's a smog monster. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that.
So I also watched All Monsters Attack as well, because that's the movie that came out right before this, because kind of get an idea of where the Godzilla franchise was at this point in time, because the first Godzilla movie is like a pretty thoughtful movie. It's like about Japan reacting to being attacked by nuclear weapons, about nuclear fallout, society, has things to say. And I know they get pretty goofy, and Godzilla vs. Hedorah is a movie that does have things to say. So I kind of want to know if like the movie before it had things to say, and it does not.
It's so much the opposite of has anything to say. Like, that movie, functionally, if in a real way, nothing happens in that movie. It's all a child's daydream.
Yeah, and it's about a child like daydreaming about Godzilla's shitty son Manila.
Whoa! Okay, whoa!
I hate Manila so much.
This is gonna be the end of this episode of the podcast already.
All right, so what's your defense? First off, anyone at home, Google what Manila looks like right now.
And then once you've calmed down from the shock of looking at that absolute unit... See, okay, I don't even know where to start. Manila is and isn't Godzilla's son, because... So Manila is just, like, hatched out of an egg that Godzilla kind of just has to raise.
Oh, right, I've seen that movie, yeah.
Manila's characterized by being extremely clumsy and braying like a donkey. That's the sound Manila makes.
Yes. But in this one, the child imagines Manila's talking.
Yes, this one, the movie before Hedorah, features a talking Manila that goes on adventures with a child. and Manila never not looks disgusting.
Yeah.
Like worse than Hedorah. Like Manila's deeply upsetting to look at, and I love him.
Manila's like Timu Godzilla.
Yeah, it's like if you took all the scales and pointy bits off of Godzilla. It's a smooth Godzilla.
Yeah.
Completely aerodynamic
Made out of
Godzilla.
putty. Like it's awful looking. And
Yep.
also, All Monsters Attack seems to have something to say about like latchkey kids, which is a really funny issue to like talk about. Like if the movie's trying to say anything with anything, it's about like, oh, kids these days, their parents are at work and stuff. Like, I don't know, is that big of an issue?
In Japan at the time, maybe they felt it was a
Maybe,
big
yeah.
issue.
Yeah,
Like
because their work culture is a lot different than ours.
so at that point in the like to put it into context for the Godzilla series, like at that point we are firmly in Godzilla is a movie that premieres like every year we have a movie fest and we show like all the Godzilla movies at it and it's like a children's movie fest. Godzilla
Okay.
is a children's movie.
Yeah.
Like Godzilla's a friend to children and we know Godzilla and we're rooting for Godzilla. He's our friend in these movies. So that's why they're starring kids now. And that's
And,
why
like-
like in Hedorah it stars a kid.
Yeah. The kid's way better than this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we'll get into it later on.
Yeah.
Like, Hedorah vacillates wildly between being a children's film and having some of the most intense imagery in any of the Godzilla films.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah, the one before is like, yeah, that's the height of goofy. And, like, I don't know if you knew this when you're watching it, almost all of the scenes of the monsters that aren't with the kid in them are just reused from the previous movie.
That's so lazy.
Like we are like it's as cheap as we can make them, and it's as dumb for children as
Yeah.
we can make them.
Yeah. And like I was reading about this Godzilla vs. Hedorah that the budget was wasn't that high either, and like they only had like 35 days to film, and they only had like one directing unit rather than having a set of directors for the Godzilla action, the human action. It was the same director doing both sets, so like they're kind of in a bit of a rush.
It's also right after so Honda has just quit, like he's just retired, and so
who's
he was
Honda
involved. So the director of the original Godzilla,
Okay, yeah,
who's up till now at least been involved. I don't think he directly directed all of the later ones, but he's at least been there for the past like 10. And so you get to this point where, because they talk about this in the Criterion thing, the festival is still profitable. It's a big deal, but the movies are not as profitable as the festival in a weird way. So they're like, well, we'll just dump out a movie for that festival. We'll make it on the cheap. None of the original people now we're at the point they're not really involved. So we can just do whatever.
yeah. So it's not really like, and which is what kind of allows this movie to take a very big creative swing. Is kind of like, well, like we can kind of do whatever now because who cares anymore?
Like, I don't know. Yeah, if it. Because there's a lot of talk about whether or not the producer was pretty upset. He was. He ended up. I think he died before the movie came out, but he was basically on his deathbed and disowned the director. And then there's some stuff where the director has said it wasn't that bad, but he also was never allowed to direct. Like, I don't think he directed anything ever again.
Yeah,
after
I
this.
looked it up. He didn't direct anything at all after this. He kept trying to
Yeah.
make a sequel to Godzilla vs. Hedorah until he died. But like,
But the weird thing is that they didn't allow him to do that. But he's also the reason that we have new American-made Godzilla movies.
is he?
Yeah, he started the like legendary run now as one of the producers and really pushed to get
Oh,
those
that's
movies
cool.
started. So in a weird way, he's responsible for Godzilla's resurgence, but they also never let him make another one because of this movie, which, I mean, the previous movies, I think, really bad. Like, there's parts of it that are so bad it's good, but for the most part, it is so bad, and a lot of it's boring. And even for a kids movie, it's boring and just
Like,
terrible.
I've seen probably less of these movies than you have, but I've probably seen maybe like 8 to 10 of like the Japanese Godzilla movies, including this one, and like they completely vary in quality.
Yes.
Like they wildly oscillate, like between like being totally goofy and looking good and looking absolutely awful. But like even the awful ones, I really do like the Godzilla effects. I think having a guy just in a suit looks awesome.
It's little sets. Like,
It's practical.
little sets are always charming,
Yeah.
and you're always going to be like more bought in because whenever you put someone in a costume and let them stomp around on a little set,
Hmm.
there's part of me that whenever I see that, I'm just like instantly hype.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, like this rules.
yeah, like it's like such like it's stagecraft, right? It's like almost like you have to like buy into the illusion of like this is a guy on stage, but like you can accept this reality, you can have some fun, and
And it
like
hits that part of you that as a kid, set up your toys and then you were the giant among them, and
yeah.
sometimes you'd kick them over or whatever.
Hmm. And sometimes you just want to buy new toys for it, which is basically what the series is, just introducing a new toy for Godzilla to fight each time.
Yeah.
But what's nice about this one is that has a message about the environment. So it is not just like you can look at it as a toy ad, but it's also a like it's trying to sell. You might be able to buy. I'm not sure if there's any Hedorah action figures. I imagine there must be because like there's like 4 different Hedorah variations in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Subsequently, yes, there's like a million like Hedorah things,
Yeah.
but in the film when Ken is playing at the beginning with his Godzilla, like he
Hmm.
has a big Godzilla action figure and he has like another one and they're like going down the slide. Those were just the real toys at the time.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I I don't know if intentional or not, but kind of funny that he is playing with the plastic or at least vinyl kind of junky Godzilla toys with his
Hmm.
whole setup of toys in the movie about, hey, we got to stop making all this horrible plastic
Yeah.
garbage
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
smog and everything.
Yeah, because like this movie's environmental message is mostly about like the industries rather than what the individual consumer can do about helping the environment.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of message of a sense because they pretty early in the movie say like we can slow down Hedorah, but we would need the companies. Like we would need all of Japan and these manufacturers to
Hmm.
do that. And it's
Yeah.
not like a oh little boy, you just have to go reduce and recycle. It's very much talking like no at a bigger scale. Like this is the problem.
Which is accurate.
Yeah.
Like, these companies are putting microplastics into our ball sacks. Like, it's them doing it, not necessarily me. Like, sure, I can have, like, I don't really buy a lot of bottled water, for example, but, like, sure, that's not helping. But also, like, these people are just dumping microplastics all over the place.
You speak for yourself. I'm personally injecting them directly into myself.
I think it's a smart thing to do. Like,
I'm getting ahead of it.
yeah, because, like, you get some more immunity. I'm sure it's going to become a trend down the line. Like, I don't know, like, what people think was disgusting in the past, they like now. So maybe like very plastically testicles will be in vogue in like 20 years time.
Plastic doesn't wrinkle. I'm gonna look 27 when I'm 93,
Ooh.
and also I'll be the craziest person because if it's like lead, whoever ate the most.
Okay, so speaking of lead, let's start with us just crack into this movie. So first off, it opens up on like a pollution and sludge. It looks at industries and factories and like some bit of countryside, but really focus on the pollution. And then we cut into a song, and this movie opens up with the James Bond like theme song.
Yes. I took notes and I literally wrote down opening Bond vibe,
Yeah.
and it's like the only Godzilla movie I remember where we just straight up have a Bond theme at the beginning. Like there's
And
no
it,
other way to describe that.
and it cuts from like a babe singing a song about like various chemicals just to garbage and sludge. And there's one great shot in the sludge of like a mannequin that's all disgusting.
That like stuff
It's
like
so
that
cool.
I think helps set you up for visuals you will see later in the film that are
Mhm.
really cool and really shocking.
It's striking. It looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
So I also jotted down some of the lyrics for the song. So this song that just this woman's singing. So like the opening credits are going. You see her face there. It's almost like the For Your Eyes Only opening start with James Bond. So you actually see the woman singing. There's like a bit of like almost like a lava lamp funkadelic background going on behind her, and her song is literally just talking about give it all back. Let's give back the ocean to us because like pollution's taken away. And she's listing chemicals and elements like mercury, cobalt, cadmium, lead, sulfuric acid, oxidants.
It's kind of
Filthy.
considering the lyrics, it's kind of a banger too.
Yeah, like shit. I want to request this at a wedding. And I watched the Japanese versions, of course. So I think there might be an English dub of this which has the song translated in a different way. So I'm fascinated to see what that looks like.
Would not be easy.
Yeah,
That part that you're talking about when she's listing straight up chemical
like
names is
like
going to sound so clunky.
like chromium, potassium, I can't pronounce the strontium.
Isn't
Yeah, it's like all these various chemicals. It's such a funny theme song, and like right away gave me vibes of a Birdemic Shock and Terror
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
sense that like
Just a very
you
on the nose song.
very on the nose, just like this movie has an environmental message, and people in Birdemic Shock and Terror, which is like supposed to be a Bird's Alfred Hitchcock knockoff, it's really just like there's a lot of rants and like monologues about how like good solar power is and how bad pollution is, how we should drive a hybrid, and it's just like very in your face right away what this director and this person feels about a big social issue.
Well, it's again, it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
You gotta. The song is catchy and it's extremely Bond, but also you gotta make sure the kids understand this is about pollution.
But also, like, if you're a kid, like, cool, I'm out of school, I get to watch a new Godzilla movie this summer. And, like, the first lyrics of the song is, like, mercury, cobalt, lead, sulfuric acid. Like, oh, fuck me. I'm back in chemistry class again.
You're learning about the elements.
Godzilla summer school.
Hey, to already throw us wildly off pace and like totally
Go
ignore
ahead.
the flow of the movie. The music in this film, because there's that, and then there's the recurring song that shows up at like the disco scenes, which, surprise, there's like a very 60s, 70s disco
Yeah.
scene. That song where she's just repeatedly talking about how like everyone, all the animals are dead, everyone is dead, the world is dead. Like, it sounds so insane about we've destroyed the earth and the environment, and it's sung by a woman in a fish person costume in a disco.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that the Godzilla theme in this song feels weirdly sleazy.
Okay, yeah, I want to talk about that because I wasn't sure if that Godzilla theme was unique for this movie. I assume it was because the kind of the funky vibe of this movie. But I posted it on the MoviePod Twitter and Blue Sky, the introduction to Godzilla's movie, where like it is not the classic bah, 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 that we're used to for like Godzilla being terrifying. This is just like a how would you describe it?
I would describe it as the music that plays when Mitchell wakes up with a hangover next to 1,000 beer cans.
Oh God, Mitchell, you got to come back on this pod at some point. Talk to Mitchell.
Anytime for Joe Don Baker. It feels like, and the opening, like a lot of times they put a lot of effort into sort of the big reveal, like the first scene when Godzilla shows up. It's rising up out of the ocean or whatever, and in this to have the first reveal with the background being this like ridiculous music.
And it's like a giant sunset. I thought I was watching Apocalypse Now, and here see Godzilla pop. Like, oh, that'd be a cool shot. But then the funniest music plays behind it.
Yeah, it's so wild, and it comes across like I don't know how to describe it other than sort of 70s sleazy, like you're like kind of comedic, like really comedic. Like it's so wild.
Which I guess like if it's a kids movie, but if they want to like present Godzilla, would not be as terrifying. But like even the other more kiddie Godzilla movies still use that music when Godzilla shows up.
It clashes so hard with the rest of the tone of the movie too.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into. But yeah, I wanted to jump ahead to the music because it's just all over the place.
It's not that far ahead because like so after we get the opening theme song, we cut to the young boy Ken, and he's playing this Godzilla toys that we were talking about. There, he's like taking his Godzilla toy, like letting it go down a slide there, which is pretty awesome. I wish Godzilla went down a slide in this movie, like Godzilla himself. That'd be really fun. He says that Godzilla's his favorite toy as he is Superman, which got me some questions. So with continuity of the series, so Godzilla in the first movie dies, right?
Yes.
And then it's a pretty loose continuity afterwards. Like, what happens in one movie does not affect the other one. For the most part.
For the most part, sometimes there's carryover. Like Godzilla versus Mothra is pretty early on, and then pretty soon after that, you're getting movies where, because Mothra she is always like on the side of people. So pretty soon after that, you have Mothra talking with Godzilla. Oh, can you hear?
Oh, I can hear Dipper. Dipper's playing with his toys.
He's squeaking. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks everybody. Thank you.
We're talking about toys as well.
Yeah, he was like, "This is mine."
Yeah, toy talk.
I'll just jump back in. We can just edit that if you want. I'll jump back into.
I think it's kind of cute. Yeah, I'll see how it goes.
He can be on the pod.
Dipper is the second guest in the show ever. The first K9 guest. I don't know where the fuck McCluskey is.
We'll just edit the squeaking at the beginning, and he can be the first guest.
Yeah. So what also made me laugh with him saying like, I was saying with continuity and stuff because like when he says that Godzilla's Superman,
Oh
like
yeah,
it's like well like like didn't Godzilla destroy like Tokyo like 4 movies ago or like 10 movies ago? It kind of reminded me of like Shazam and like Black Adam and stuff where like they try to present like in that DC universe. Oh yeah, Superman and Batman, they're such good guys. We love Superman and Batman. We have toys and we post them like they caused 9/11 to happen like 10 times over in their first movie. Like they're not good guys and there's toys of them.
yeah. It's and in this world, you literally like he literally has a toy of the giant monster that has stomped around multiple cities before.
Yeah.
It's at this point in the continuity where it's like sometimes he does that. Sometimes Godzilla stomps around because Rodan is also there, and so because Godzilla gets Rodan to stop, we like Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's fine. It's Godzilla. We love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah, and it's great, and like, and so like, what happens next is that the boy's father, Dr. Yano, he's a scientist, and he's investigating some disgusting tadpoles that popped in the water. A lot of fish have been dying in the bay that they live around, and they notice on TV there's a giant tadpole monster with red eyes destroying two tankers, which fantastic model work first off. Seeing this little tadpole just destroy these two like, little model ships.
Those ships are so much nicer than they have any right to be. Like there's rust on the hulls of them. You can see like they did so much work.
Mm-hmm.
It really does make you appreciate the entire sort of model department for these movies.
Which is something,
Versus
yeah.
just thinking about like some of the like 70s movies that you watch on like a MST3K or something, and they're like, we need a helicopter, and it's just a children's toy helicopter.
Yeah.
Like they don't even make one. It's just garbage from the jump. At least
Yeah.
these guys actually made a boat.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then with like this tanker, everyone's kind of freaking out in Japan because of course another monster is attacking us. So Dr. Yano goes scuba diving for answers, and meanwhile Ken's just on the shore there, like trying to has a big knife because he's opening up some clams or mussels, seeing what's inside, but there's like no like mussel or clam inside. They're all dead and empty. He also runs into a bunch of dead crabs too, and then he is startled by a giant green tadpole monster coming towards him, and
He does a free willy.
yeah, the tadpole monster has a free willy, goes above him. But like this should have happened to free willy. The kid has his knife out, puts him above his head, and like opens up the belly of it pretty much.
His first instinct, I guess he's trying to like, he thinks it's going to eat him or something.
Yeah.
I don't really know. It kind of happens suddenly and it's kind of confusing,
Yeah.
but not in a bad way, because I think it's kind of like he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And it jumps over him and just disappears. Like he doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, he doesn't kill it or anything.
Yeah, it just jumps into the water over him or something.
Meanwhile, Dr. Yano is scuba diving underwater. He sees a bunch of like trash underwater, and then he gets attacked by another monster as well. And he's injured. The boy keeps like calling out for help. I think it's actually pretty good kid acting from the kid. I didn't look up his name. Probably should have.
I've got it on the IMDb. Hiroyuki Kawase. He's good through the whole thing.
Yeah,
like he nails every scene he's in. He's very good.
Yeah, it's a solid kid performance. Like I was impressed compared to all Monsters Attack. Oof, yeah.
That kid's rough. Yeah,
or Millie Bobby Brown in those new ones. Ugh.
Oh yeah, I forgot that even happened. Is the guy from Office Space is running around those too? He's like her dad.
Oh, who's the dad in those ones?
I don't know who it is. I don't remember those movies well enough.
I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters, and did not like that. I liked Kong Skull Island. I've not seen any of the other ones yet.
I've seen all of them just because it's Godzilla movies,
right.
So I'll watch them. But the human side of them, I'm remembering less and less now.
Yeah. When that first Godzilla 2014 movie, the Gareth Edwards one, once Bryan Cranston leaves the movie, like, oh god, you're leaving us with the worst actors now.
That was definitely a choice. Very surprised choice that I thought for sure he'd be in the whole movie, but
yeah, I wish he was.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
And so Dr. Yano's injured by the sludge monster, and it's pretty nasty, like big scar burn across his like whole face, and he's wounded.
Well, so in the first Godzilla, Dr. Serizawa is the scientist he's the one that creates the oxygen destroyer, I think it's called, the bomb that kills the first Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
He has an eye patch.
Okay.
And then in this, Dr. Yano gets half of his face burned, and through the rest of the movie basically has an eye patch.
Mm.
And then later on, to jump ahead, Godzilla gets half his face burned fighting
Hmm.
Hedorah, and for the rest of it afterwards has one eye closed.
Yeah.
And Hedorah also loses an eye.
Man, if I was a kid watching this in the summer break, I'd be chopping up my own eye to fit in.
It's like it's very clearly a theme, and I have no idea what it means.
Yeah, or like turning a blind eye to environmental issues.
I don't know. Don't get sludge in your eye? Like, I have
Yeah.
no idea. It's just everyone loses an eye in this.
Yeah. It's gonna make the whole world blind. So, yeah, Dr. Yano, he's injured by the monster, and so the boy decides to name calls it refers to sludge as Hedorah. So Hedorah is the Japanese word for sludge. So that's where Hedorah comes from. And so then after that, there's a really damn cool animation of they have like a cartoon of like Hedorah in the water, like drinking almost like a Capri Sun drinking an oil tanker of it all its oil.
We get really cool, like remember like Rocky and Bullwinkle like
Yeah.
interstitials where it's a totally different style.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that for this movie where we get almost like little intermission animations, and they use
Yep.
one later on. I think to make up for the fact that they maybe didn't have like a clean transition.
Yeah, but they're so cool.
Yeah, they're
It really
awesome.
makes the vibe of the movie feel special, and I can tell why people really gravitate towards this movie because it has things like that. It feels so, it feels off, but it feels like it all belongs because the whole movie has this kind of weird feel to it.
It's just one of those things where they're taking big swings, which may be because of budgetary concerns or time constraints,
Mhm.
and sometimes that just pays off because you have to be a little more creative and a little weirder.
And it pays off a lot, in my opinion.
Apparently, this one is like divisive. Like people either like or hate this one,
Hmm.
and I can see why you would hate it.
Yeah. I was reading the reviews at the time, and people did not like this in Japan when it came out. People in America kind of liked it a little bit more, but yeah, Japanese critics did not like it. A lot of them just didn't even bother seeing it because they're tired of watching Godzilla movies at this point.
Well, for the stuff coming up, I could see why you would not like it at the time if you went into this thinking this is another children's movie in the line of children movie,
Yeah,
because we're about to get some crazy stuff happening to people.
yeah. So the next thing that happens is that we get our first appearance of Godzilla, but it's not actually Godzilla himself. It's Ken imagining Godzilla in his sleep. So Ken's imagining Godzilla, oh, he was gonna be really pissed at all this pollution happening. So you get a shot of Godzilla walking in the water, sees some sludge in the ocean, and is getting very mad at it, yelling, doing his Godzilla roars, and like shooting laser blasts at it. Sorry, shooting atomic breath at it. And like, is Godzilla just gonna be kind of like a fantasy in this movie? Maybe Godzilla was never real before, but like, no, Godzilla pops up pretty damn soon.
Yeah, got the time from beginning of movie to Godzilla is got to be one of the shortest in the franchise.
I think it's 12 minutes.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that feels right. It's like not even just his, because it's never really clear whether or not he's just dreaming, imagining. Because later on he says he knows Godzilla's coming because he saw him, so it's kind of like he's getting like a Godzilla premonition.
I think he has like a telepathic connection with Godzilla.
Sure, I mean, I don't even
Yeah,
like.
and
I don't have a problem with it because it's like Godzilla's kind of a mystical creature anyway. In a
Mhm.
sense, it's kind of just a force more than a thing, so
And,
that's
like,
fine.
this is a franchise like Mothra too, and Mothra's a friend to all kids, so like there's
And
already this
Mothra
kind of
has
thing
two tiny psychic twins.
happening. Yep. That movie's fun.
Well, every time Mothra shows up, I'm a big Mothra fan. I love her.
Yeah.
Her little weird tiny twins. I love it. It's so weird that
Yeah.
you have to like it.
Hmm. Yeah, like what I like about these movies is they do kind of get weird and do bizarre things each time.
It's
Like,
one of those things where you have to just, when they tell you like a mythology or like a this is how this works, when they go Mothra's a giant moth and can communicate with these two psychically linked twins that are 6 inches tall,
Hmm.
you're just like, okay, like,
Yep.
all right. I mean, it's a giant moth. Why can't it have tiny twins? Sure.
You just have to go with the flow.
Yeah, like just let it wash over you.
Yeah. So the professor deduces with a little experiment there that he thinks that these toxic tadpoles they unite, and that's making Hedorah bigger and bigger. So the more pollution that happens, these tadpoles are going to unite and just become a bigger and bigger horrifying monster. Then we cut to a groovy dance hall.
Hard cut, hard
Very
smash
hard
cut
cut.
to like the disco ball of a
Yeah.
like awesome San Francisco hippie like
It's great. And like
disco.
so like a woman's like a almost like a go-go dancer, like dancing on top of a bar. There's like a drunk guy, like, sipping his booze right underneath her, like looking up at her, and then she starts singing a song about the environment.
She starts singing the bleakest song about the
Yeah.
environment, about how we're all dead, and the whole time she's singing it, everyone in the background, except for our one lead, who is like absolutely wasted at a table, everyone else is go-go dancing as hard as you possibly could.
Yeah. They're having a good time with this song.
They love it. They love this song. She's also in a onesie that is a mermaid fish.
I think so, yeah. It's a great looking onesie.
This whole sequence is so like you describe all that, and then near the end of the sequence, near the end of the song, while he's drinking more and more.
Yeah.
Do you want to? You go ahead.
Well, there's two things that go crazy. So first off, like, one part, there's dancing skeletons on the screen behind them.
In the club, like
In the club, yeah.
for the band, and also she's singing the song, and she's like 40 feet away from the band on a single table.
Yeah. And then people in the club just have fish masks on.
Which the guy who's drunk is seeing. That's what he's seeing because he looks around and sees that everyone is a fish monster person.
Yeah. And just people like dancing around with these fish like helmet masks on.
They're awesome fish masks. It makes no sense. It's just this like extremely disconcerting musical number very early in the film.
And like as these people do come back in the movie, so it's not just like a one-off like side thing, doesn't matter. But also like right now, Hedorah has become amphibious, so he's now attacking like a factory area. He's going up to all these smokestacks, and he's doing big bong rips out of these smokestacks.
So Hedorah is like huffing that smokestack and getting like really like the movie gets really quiet.
Yeah.
And Hedorah's like breathing it in, and it's like its eyes light up red, like bright red. And its eyes are dimming, and it's huffing it, and it's a very, 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 like, it sucks you in, kind of like, you're kind of like, what is like going on? It's getting really quiet, and then Godzilla's like, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Also, do you see what the director said about the eyes of Hedorah?
Yes.
The director said he made Hedorah's eyes vertically slit, and they're based on vaginas, because he joked that those were scary.
Which also means that later in the film, Hedorah reveals clit laser.
Yep.
It's the only way you can describe that, if the eyes are vaginas.
Clit laser and fisting.
Yeah, kind of Hedorah's only moves.
Yeah.
Smothering people, I guess, too. Kind of jumps on Godzilla a lot.
Yeah, so Godzilla does show up in this fight here. So Godzilla is real. It's not just a figment of the boy's imagination. The bizarre Godzilla music pops up now, and they just start fighting, and it's a pretty solid fight. Like, it's, again, like two guys in suits throwing each other around. And as they're fighting, a lot of the sludge is getting tossed from Hedorah, and some of the sludge ends up in the dance club.
So I think it's before the dance club is the kind of like the gamblers, right?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of guys gambling, and like
that is also
like,
one of the coolest visuals in the movie.
Yeah, so a bunch of sludge like breaks through the window, fills up the room, and then you just see these corpses just like floating there, like kind of half submerged.
Yeah, you see just this one little quick shot, and it's like all you can see is some faces and the odd hand and like a foot sticking up out of this sludge, and it's like 5 feet deep in this room, and it's really, really, really striking.
Yeah,
and I would imagine pretty messed up for a kids movie if you were like 9 watching this film.
Yeah,
like that's gonna stay with you.
Yeah. They do talk about like how there's a lot of carnage in the area. So like when they do fight, of course, people are dying as casualties and such. And so also in the club too, there's a bunch of sludge starts like seeping into the club. People are freaking the hell out. As Godzilla's like, successfully beating up Hedorah, the sludge kind of retreats. And there's this little kitten that's all dirty and meows.
Just a little buddy cat.
Yeah, it's so cute. But the little guy's okay, which is awesome.
Okay. We go from scene of gambling dudes in room all dying to the cat is fine, so we can't hurt the cat.
Then Godzilla starts using his atomic breath, which makes him Hedorah retreat back to the ocean.
Yeah, Hedorah just sort of yeets off the pier into the ocean, and then there's a really funny. It doesn't end right there.
Yeah.
The Godzilla kind of wades into the water and is just like yelling at the water and just zapping it in different spots with atomic breath. Very upset that Hedorah has run away.
Yeah.
It's a very funny moment in the movie. I like that a lot.
Godzilla's really funny in this movie in general. He has a
Godzilla
lot of
always
great
has a
action shots.
has a lot more character than I think people realize,
Mm-hmm.
because they realize pretty early, especially once they started making it like a kid one, like you have someone in a big goofy costume, you
Mm-hmm.
have to have moments where it's like Godzilla feels like a real character. What do
Mm-hmm.
you do? So it's a lot of like, in this, Godzilla will sort of like be like, come on, with his little hand like
Yeah.
waving at him, or like get. Or
Yeah.
he's got a lot of in this holding his hand over his mouth because Hedorah smells bad. There's so much
Yeah.
like mime work that Godzilla does. I love it.
Yeah. It's a good acting performance. Like he's really expressing himself.
Yeah. Which,
And
can I aside to say, this is the 11th
mm-hmm.
film in the franchise. I mean, what other franchises have been built around? Because it's not like the Godzilla movies are built around like, oh, and here's this actor and he's in all of them. So it's a film franchise built around a single character
Mm-hmm.
that keeps going and never has to be related to the previous ones if they don't want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all around, like, people are like, well, I like Godzilla, I like that guy, I like that
Yeah.
character, I'll go see them.
And like
It's wild.
some like Shin Godzilla, where like that is a completely different take on it, and people still want to see it because it's Godzilla, even though it's unlike any Godzilla you've ever seen before.
Like, no one else has been a film star for this long.
That's true. Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
And no franchise, like, the Fast and the Furious are at what, like 11 maybe now?
If you include a Hobbs and Shaw spinoff, yeah.
So they're at the point now where Godzilla was when they made Dora.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, it's just really neat that you could get that much longevity out of this thing.
Back when like franchises weren't as big of a thing. Like sure, like of course sequels were being made and stuff, but it's not to the degree like they are now, where like
It's only horror.
yeah,
Like Jason. Okay, we can make a bunch of movies like Jason. And Godzilla kind of falls into that, but isn't horror.
mm-hmm.
So it's really weird that we got this many movies starring our guy Godzilla.
But the cool thing is Godzilla can be horror.
Yeah.
To make a horror movie, Godzilla's a horror movie. Like Godzilla -1, like Godzilla's horrific in that movie.
Yeah, and in the original, Godzilla's
The original
very
too.
scary.
Oh yeah, of course the original. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like the first
So, like,
couple.
Yeah,
yeah.
like Godzilla's more of a medium of way you can tell different stories. So it's really fascinating what they're able to pull off by just being like, here's Godzilla, we're gonna fight a monster. And you can tell some other stories while we're here, while we're at it.
And sometimes Godzilla will dance or
Yeah.
mind that Hedorah is stinky, and sometimes Godzilla will take seriously. Who's to say?
And like you can go back to the original Godzilla, which is a fantastic movie, and still like totally believe in the horror of it with pretty much the exact same costume.
Yeah. The costuming in this one, like the Godzilla style in this one, I feel like is looking a little puppety for this
Yeah.
era. Like the Hedorah costumes are really impressive for how big they are. If you think that Godzilla is a full person and like plus big head on top of the person, a big tail and everything, and Hedorah is bigger.
That has been really hard to do as like the actor inside of it.
Yeah, I think in the Criterion thing, they talk about that Hedorah weighed like 250, 300 pounds.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
So after that fight scene there, we get another animation which has like a factory growing bigger and kind of like using a crane to eat up a bunch of plants. And as the factory gets bigger, the smog gets bigger, and then we see Hedorah get bigger too. Another obvious example of what the themes are of the movie of just like as pollution expands, then we create more and more horrors.
But also just a really clever, direct way to explain to the audience Hedorah's evolving and getting bigger and changing.
Yeah.
You've got like a 1 minute little scene to do exposition without any dialogue.
It's clever, very clever. The next scene is the professor and the boy do some more experiments at their home, and they determine that Hedorah is a living creature that is made of chemicals, not anything that's kind of based in this planet here. So then the professor makes the pretty large leap, like, oh yeah, Hedorah obviously is from space.
Now, okay, large leap in our world. If this film takes place in the world of, do you guys remember a couple summers ago when a 3-headed dragon from space attacked Japan?
I guess so, yeah.
It makes more sense that he'd be like, space. Like, weird space.
Yeah. So he theorizes that Hedorah arrived on a comet from like a sludge world or something.
And we get like almost an educational film sort of
like
slideshow of nebulas, and space.
Yeah. So like pretty much Hedorah's story is just like Venom.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I don't know what predates the other, but
yeah.
uh, when are we getting the Tom Hardy voiced Hedorah Godzilla
Oh,
film?
I would love that. I would love like a Spider-Man 3 kind of Venom where like Godzilla gets infected with a Venom symbiote and becomes an emo. Just
Godzilla
starts
just
dancing around.
Godzilla just walking down the streets of New York, finger gunning at ladies,
Yeah,
popping his collar.
like Hedorah's more of an entity, so he doesn't have much of a personality. But I think Hedorah needs a personality. He needs to become like a bit of a character, like our boy Venom.
Yeah, our friend Venom.
Yeah, I love
Well,
Venom.
or Hedorah. If Hedorah is going to be, we also need a Carnage to Hedorah's Venom.
Oh, true. Yeah, like a red Venom.
Yeah, we need a red Hedorah.
Woody Harrelson can play him.
We'll just have Woody Harrelson painted red, and that can be that guy.
I'd watch it. Just have like a Godzilla and Hedorah and like the actors in the suits there fighting scenes back and forth. And just have Woody Harrelson painted red just fighting too. Like, yeah, sure, Woody Harrelson's 300 feet tall too. Why not?
That's if you think about it, that's all Red Hulk is. It's just a guy
It is
painted red. It's just a Hulk
true.
painted red.
Yeah, yeah. Man, this movie could have used a Red Hulk.
No movie could use a Red Hulk, as evidenced by the Red Hulk movie.
It was the best part of the movie. And so, yeah, so the doctor also theorizes that like Hedorah cannot feel pain, and even though like Hedorah's eating pollution, he's expelling sulfuric acid mist, so that's very toxic to everyone. It makes metal like corrode, it like makes people like melt. Like he's not doing the world a favor by just eating the pollution. So he's not like a sin eater for all our crimes.
So this leads into the sort of extended Hedorah flying around killing people sequence, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, so Hedorah becomes a flying manta ray,
mhm.
and then we just get a lot of scenes of straight up crowd deaths, which
Yeah.
is not a thing that you get a lot in Godzilla movies.
No.
Sort of culminating in like to jump ahead a little bit, Ken is like running to find the others, and Hedorah flies over an area, and we see people melt.
Yeah, it's so gnarly.
They melt down to skeletons. They do that. It's like an end of Raiders. You see them sort of they flash it because they don't necessarily have the budget, but they do a really affecting job of these people fall down. You see that something's happening to them. You see like a couple interstitial shots of some kind of melty goo thing happening, and then they're just skeletons. They just melt down to skeletons. And Ken, like the little boy in the movie, runs up and sees all of these melted dead people.
This movie is a lot of skeletons. It rules.
The tone of this movie is all over the place, but it also kind of works. It's so much grimmer than a children's movie should be.
So, and we get another cartoon where it's like Japan starts selling anti-Hedorah masks. So like, people are like wearing like face masks like we did during COVID and stuff, and like walking back and forth. And you get a shot of like two women walking down the street together, and then like their faces cross like back and forth. It's almost like the cover of the movie Persona, and then that becomes like a bit of a part of a map they're looking at. It's a really cool transition.
And that it's the part that's like contaminated by Hedorah
Yeah,
is what's on that map. It's a really, and it just stays like that's just the background of that scene is that map. It doesn't like dissolve into like more of a blob or something. It's a really, really, there's some really, really, really like creative, interesting ideas for shots like that I think show that the person the director is a step above just a gun for hire to make a Godzilla film.
yeah. Like he had ambition. Like this is a really ambitious movie.
Yeah, it's like a really that's a really interesting transition that does not need to be there or anything. It just makes a cool scene.
Yeah. And so people are very mad across Japan, obviously, because of Hedorah's killing everyone. So they demand that government do something and for industry to be halted. They say like 10 million people are already feeling the effect of a sulfuric acid fog. So the professor tries to find a method to defeat Hedorah and comes to the idea of like, what if we were to dry him out?
Yeah,
And
with our magic science.
yeah, with magic science, yeah.
Which is
So,
kind of a theme in Godzilla movies.
well, there's magic, so
Well, yeah, that too. But also like magic science. Like it's always like, oh, we've got our radar laser tanks
yeah.
that look weird and shoot kind of like a laser beam. There's always
Yeah.
kind of like a little bit of a fantastical science,
Hmm.
even from the beginning. The first one with the way they defeat Godzilla.
Professor Yano tells the message Japanese military to reproduce the electrodes he's using on a much larger scale. And because everyone's freaking the fuck out across Japan because everyone's dying, all the hippies from the club that we were at visited before, they all go to Mount Fuji to throw a massive party before everyone on the planet dies.
What? That okay. That like the way he describes it is so funny because he sets it up by saying we're gonna have all the youth of Japan, we're gonna have 1 million people go to the foot of Mount Fuji, and we're gonna send our energy out into like the world, our like vibes and
Yeah.
our energy, and
And
that's gonna, I guess, help defeat Hedorah.
and he has this one line where it's like, Mother Earth is dead, like Green Earth is dead. It just lives. She lives in our hearts right now. That line goes pretty hard.
It really does, and also sets up like for the end of this movie. After that, there's no like all the trees and everything are dead. It's all like these fields of dead grasses and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, they did great location scouting to actually make it look like a desolate wasteland,
Yeah, like
but actually have some nature to it as well.
yeah, and it comes together a little quick in the movie,
Hmm.
but it does get the point across. Like it does sort of effectively, I don't know, it effectively shows that it's a bigger like Hedorah's a bigger threat than they're even showing you.
Hmm.
It's not just, oh, it flies over and then like a group of people fall down. Like they're trying to make it this big, like, oh, Hedorah's really, he's like destroying all of Japan. Like all the plants are dying.
Hmm. It's not just the major city centers that are in danger; it's everywhere that's in danger.
Yeah.
So Ken gets a telepathic message from Godzilla, which suggesting that Godzilla and Hedorah are going to be fighting at Mount Fuji as well. Conveniently, where all the hippies are and where all our heroes are.
So we all go and we play sad acoustic
Mhm.
at the base of Mount Fuji.
They have a giant fire going. They're having a good time, despite the world ending soon.
I, I don't understand. So there's a scene where, so all the hippies gather and he's playing like a sad acoustic, and then he's like, "Come on, gang! Like, let's party down for Godzilla or something." And so they start playing like a happier song. It's the same song from before with the
Yep.
really bleak lyrics, and they're all in a big circle around a bonfire. And then it cuts, and there's like 7 old, weird-looking people in a field looking at them through the grasses,
Yeah.
and the people almost look like ghosts.
Hmm.
They have like gray makeup on this. I don't understand what that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's such a weird. Yeah, it's just such a weird. Like it just cuts to them and then cuts back to the hippie party.
Yeah. And so then more people are like running up towards the mountain. I'm not sure they're hippies or not. I think they are hippies too. So Hedorah flies over. A lot of hippies fall over and die. So all the hippies at the party though, they're like, oh yeah, like Hedorah is like weak to fire, they guess. So they start throwing torches at Hedorah. And
They're
it's
throwing a lot of torches at Hedorah, to be
a
fair.
lot of them, and they're not very effective.
I forgot also at the beginning of that scene, just another thing that really made me laugh is you see all the hippies there, and one of the guys goes, huh, like, I thought you said there was going to be 1 million people at this party.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't a very good turnout for an anti-Hedorah party, bud.
Oh shit! One of Facebook events. We said it was supposed to be happening Thursday. It's happening Friday, actually. Fuck.
Everyone's on the west side of the mountain. Oh no. These hippies are like so funny because they're, oh, we love the environment hippies, but they are down to fight to the death against Hedorah at the drop of a hat.
It's great, yeah. And they're so bad at the fight too. They throw torches at Hedorah. Hedorah like just kind of looks at the torches, which are just like little like matches being thrown at the actor, which is really funny.
They do a really good job of having the transition from, so you're seeing at them high camera throw 1 million torches, and then when it cuts to the little matches landing around the Hedorah suit's feet,
Yeah.
it's genuinely just such a beautiful sight seeing those little tiny sticks falling around the like actor's feet. They did such a good job.
So then Hedorah uses a sludge attack, which is super effective and kills a lot of hippies.
He just kind of spits goop on everybody,
Yeah.
and they die.
They react pretty well. Like all the death reaction shots are really well done in this.
Because they take it all seriously. Like they are screaming and falling to the ground with their like, goop clothes and stuff, and falling over, and yeah, no, they like Hedorah's killing them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it,
In painful ways. We've seen what happens. So like all these people when they just melt and disintegrate, we
mhm.
see like how painful it's gonna be for absolutely everyone. And so Godzilla and Hedorah are fighting now. So Godzilla's shown up. The military nearby set up the giant electrodes near the fight so that they can hopefully dry out Hedorah. So Hedorah's a lot stronger now. So in the fight, Godzilla loses an eye, which is like crazy.
Hedorah just spits goop right into Godzilla's eye, and they do a good like smoke effect off Godzilla and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it gets the point across. Hedorah just burns
There's
Godzilla's eye out.
there's also so many parts where like Hedorah like launches like sludge at Godzilla. It lands on Godzilla's shoulder, and there's like steam coming off of it, so you know it's gonna really fucking hurt for him.
Yeah, we're at the point now in Godzilla movies where like during the climactic battle, or even before, Godzilla will get cut and have actual blood come out
Yeah,
and
and
like take damage, which in the early ones they kind of just like boof each other.
mhm. And then he has the gnarliest injury I think I've ever seen a Godzilla have, where Godzilla punches Hedorah in the vagina eye, and then it causes like burns to Godzilla's hand down to the bone.
Yeah, Godzilla kind of gets a skeleton hand a little bit.
Yeah, like oh, that would really fucking hurt. Like and Godzilla sells it so well. He's in so much damn pain. And
Because he's a good actor. That's why they built a franchise around
yeah,
Godzilla. Great actor.
man, he should get an. Does he have an Oscar? He should.
I think the newest one was the only one to win Oscars, and that was probably
Oh
for special
right,
effects.
yeah, the visual effects one. Yeah,
Godzilla
for
needs a Lifetime Achievement Award, is what we're saying.
absolutely, yeah. With Hedorah's eye being wounded, Hedorah can shoot laser beams from the eyes, so that weakens his ability. So it makes him almost close to even ground right now. And Hedorah switches to flight form, picks up Godzilla, and drops him into a hole. And then
Godzilla
Hedorah,
doesn't just drop him in a hole, drops him onto the side of a mountain, and then Godzilla rolls down the mountain into like an open grave
yeah,
that I think Hedorah dug in advance.
like Hedorah's the giant shovel just digging something up.
It's like a huge rectangular Godzilla grave that
Yeah.
someone dug.
Perfectly sized. Maybe for when the previous Godzilla attacks, maybe the military like, oh, well, we gotta build some more Godzilla traps at this exact dimensions across the country just in case.
And Garrus is just off screen digging a giant grave to put
Yeah.
Godzilla in.
So when Godzilla's in his little like pit there, Hedorah just starts like putting all kinds of sludge into it, like just drowning Godzilla, and Godzilla's in so much pain.
Godzilla is getting drowned and burned, and there's like
Yeah.
smoke coming off the costume. It's also like a game, really intense.
And also, it must smell like shit too. Like I'm
You
surprised
know-
Godzilla's not vomiting everywhere.
You
in
know it
disgust.
smells crazy in there.
Yeah.
You know Hedorah smell crazy.
Like you'd probably have to like put a glass dome and fumigate the whole country to get rid of the Hedorah smell.
Oh, there's no way. There's large parts of Japan. No one can go to Mount Fuji again.
No, never.
That's off the list. Large
Yeah.
parts of Japan are inhospitable after Hedorah.
Yeah. So Godzilla gets his way out of the pit there. They start fighting again. And then military's trying to get the electrodes working, and Godzilla and Hedorah knock over some power lines. So like all the humans, they're on a ticking clock right now because like, oh shit, we need to get them into a trap there, but the power's down. So the humans, the military, they're just trying to fix all the electrical towers to get it to work. Godzilla somehow just knows that how this whole electrical contraption works, so he's guiding Hedorah towards it. And Hedorah is just like blasting helicopters out of the sky.
I feel like at this point in Godzilla knows a people trap and understands.
Mm-hmm.
The military has tried so many times to kill either Godzilla or the other kaiju that Godzilla's fighting
Yeah.
that at this point Godzilla just like sees those two plates and is like, well, that's a trap.
It's like a Castro being assassinated by the CIA.
exactly like it.
It's like the thousands of times the CIA like, what if we like, do a Bugs Bunny thing where we turn Castro's cigar to some dynamite?
Yeah, and much like Godzilla, Castro, the star of 20-ish odd films, and I love them all,
Yeah.
was also just a guy in a giant puppet costume. They're trying to fix the wires. Godzilla accidentally does roll around on the ground and smush the people trying to fix the wires.
Oh yeah.
Does kind of smush the crew that was sent to fix the power.
Yeah. So also the humans are just like flashing their high beams in their truck and their jeeps to get Hedorah to come closer.
Yeah, they're sort of using a combination of flashing the lights, and they keep dropping oxygen, just pure oxygen, at Hedorah's feet because they think that might also, because if Hedorah sucks up smog, maybe oxygen will hurt Hedorah. It doesn't really seem to be effective, but at least Hedorah is kind of following the trail of crashed helicopters that keep trying this.
If you had these jeeps and just like flashing the high beams, why not just like turn the jeep around and just like, I don't know, like turn on the engine and let it run for a bit and have like Hedorah can be like, hey, cool, some carbon monoxide, go after that.
Yeah, maybe. I think
go
you
after
need
the
a lot
exhaust.
of cars. The high beams are really working.
The high beams, like they're like working better than expected overall, but I think it's mostly Godzilla pushing Hedorah towards it.
There's one really cool scene where Godzilla's down, Hedorah's kind of like right by the trap. They're flashing the high beams, and they keep showing sort of a close up of Hedorah that they keep like flashing a light on, which is really cool because you get to kind of see like the actual suit and like how it looks and everything.
Yeah, all the reflections
the
off
film
of it.
at that point is just completely silent.
Yeah,
Like we've got no music, none of the characters are talking, and it's really kind of like tense. This is our last chance. We need Hedorah to go to the thing. He almost gets there and he stops, and then it's like this silent sort of like back and forth between the lights and Hedorah and the flashing, and it's like almost hypnotic.
yeah.
It's a really, really cool scene. There's a lot of stuff like that in this movie where it's just kind of like, I feel like, especially with like the previous ones and stuff, there's not really scenes that will stick out in your brain. And that scene sticks out.
Because a lot of the previous movies feel like toy ads. They feel like you're watching like Power Rangers on TV, like the way the fight scenes are. But this one has some very, very interesting visuals. Like the way the costume looks, like this Hedorah costume at this point is like it's missing an eye. It looks all wounded and stuff, so it is beat up a little bit. And
which also,
so
yeah, they must have made another. Like if you think about like the act of having to make the Hedorah costume, and then they also had to make a wounded version with his eye, or at least change it like so it's got a wounded eye. Like they did so much work on that stuff.
So Godzilla gets Hedorah right into the range of the electrodes, right in the center of them. There's two of them across the field. He needs to get right in the middle of them for his ability to work to try out Hedorah. They're not turned on because the humans haven't done it properly in time. And so Godzilla gets a little pissed off at how lazy the humans are. So he fires his atomic blast at the electrodes, which powers them up instantly.
Godzilla understands traps. I'm telling you. Looked at that thing in the field and was like, I 100% know this is a trap. I know what to do here.
So, Hedorah falls to the ground motionless. Godzilla rips out Hedorah's eyeballs.
Yes. Godzilla goes absolutely ape on Hedorah here. Like
it's like a Mortal Kombat
smashing into the... Because Hedorah sort of turns into like this like dried out kind of husk and is on the ground. And you're like, oh, okay, like, is what's going to happen? Because also, an important thing is Godzilla understands playing possum. Because Godzilla's done it a couple times in this movie. It is a classic Godzilla move. You get knocked down, you pretend you're dead, you wait for them to turn their back, and you jump up and get them. So Godzilla understands, like, Hedorah might, but just goes absolutely crazy and starts smashing the Hedorah thing on the ground and pulls Hedorah's eyes out.
And then he holds him up. He powers up the generator again, and then the electrodes work, and then like the eyes just melt into ash, or like this.
Godzilla's hands just disintegrates Hedorah's eyes. It's crazy.
It's so cool.
And then, possibly the most controversial moment of the film happens.
Yes. Okay. So Godzilla starts throwing rocks at Hedorah's body, and then out of like the
classic
body
Godzilla
there.
Move. Sorry, do you have to interrupt? One of the most fundamental attacks that Godzilla does is throwing a big rock or throwing it with his tail. That's classic Godzilla.
He uses his tail to knock a rock over to Hedorah's body there.
Yeah.
And out of Hedorah's body, a flying form version of it like emerges and escapes. And how's Godzilla going to catch up with the Hedorah?
Well, as we all know, Godzilla is a terrestrial amphibious creature.
Yeah.
And
so
people need to look this up. If anyone listens to this and doesn't watch this movie, look this up.
Yeah, just look up the clip of Godzilla flying. So Godzilla basically like puts his tail up between his legs so he looks almost like a shrimp, and uses atomic blast to project himself backwards and flies in chase against Hedorah.
He looks down at the ground and fires his atomic blast like a rocket taking off.
Yeah.
But the whole time, because they're reusing like a previous like prop they had from a previous movie, where Godzilla was in like this big orb and taken to another planet. So it's this
Mhm.
really cute model of Godzilla holding his tail like up in front of his face between his legs like he's a little like ball, blasting atomic breath to fly.
Yeah.
And he just catches up to Hedorah.
Yeah. Catches up and like pile drives Hedorah into the ground.
And also, the whole time, like, what makes it even worse is that Godzilla is flying backwards.
Yeah. It looks terrible. I truly do not like how it looks, him flying.
It's so good. It's so goofy. Like, and this is right after Godzilla ripped Hedorah's eyes out. You then get little cute Godzilla ball like blasting backwards with atomic breath. I don't know how Godzilla knows where to fly.
It's complete tonal whiplash. It goes from like, the darkest thing you see, like, oh fuck, like Godzilla is something that Kano does in Mortal Kombat, to being like, oh yeah, here's the goofiest thing in the movie, like in a very goofy movie.
Godzilla is doing the thing that the monkeys in 2001 are doing, of slamming into the ground, like going absolutely ape on like Hedorah's dead body.
Oh my god, it's great. Like Godzilla's like taking Hedorah's body and like smashing it all over the place like he's Hulk or something. It's awesome.
And then he's like, "Oh no, he's getting away. Better do my patented move."
Yeah.
Right, tuck my tail in and blast off into space.
So Godzilla then picks up Hedorah and a weakened Hedorah yet again, and then just like flies him back towards the electrodes.
And then to add to the, are we supposed to be laughing the whole time through this scene? Godzilla gets Hedorah into place, looks over at the people running the board, sees that they like don't have it ready yet, and shakes his head.
It's so funny. Like, he's so pissed off how useless the humans have been. Humans created this problem, and they're doing nothing to solve it.
He like shakes his head and rolls his eyes, and then powers up the thing again with his breath.
So then Hedorah like dries out entirely at this point. So then Godzilla starts ripping chunks out of his body and spreading them across the field.
Yes, to like dry them out again. Like it's like it goes this section of the movie, which is what, maybe 5-8 minutes, goes so wildly between Godzilla is insanely violent to this is the goofiest thing you've ever seen in a movie.
Oh, it rules. And so with the all the various chunks of Hedorah all over the place, Godzilla turns on the electro machine again to vaporize the remaining chunks.
Well,
so Hedorah is at this point pretty defeated.
Good job, everyone. Hedorah is defeated, and like all good westerns, Godzilla turns and rides off into the sunset.
Yeah, he says sayonara to all the humans, just leaves. The song plays again, and then Ken and his family run up, and Ken gets up to like close to Godzilla and says goodbye to his hero.
He yells, Godzilla, goodbye.
Yeah, it's cute. He's a cute kid. And and then Godzilla just walks away, and some text pops up saying, "Will there be another?" And then shows like some like Hedorah sludge again.
Which is such a funny, instead of a like Godzilla will return or to be continued, just putting a title card at the end of your film that says, "Will there be another?" is very unconfident, I think, in your film.
Like, imagine like Fantastic Four or something ended with like, "Will there be another?" Well, like probably.
like you can't even commit to Godzilla will return. It's just, will there be another? Who's to say? Maybe.
If Avengers Infinity War ended with texting, "Will there be another?" ? Infinitely better movie.
It's how they should have ended A New Hope.
Yeah.
Just you put the medal on the neck, and we just cut to a title card that says, "Will there be another?" with a question mark.
It's like the opposite of every Bond movie saying James Bond will return. It's just like the least confident thing.
Yeah. Will there? But
also, that's great for the movies like, I don't know, like Mortal Engines or like John Carter. Those like movies are meant to start franchises. It's just to have like, come on, please give us some money, please.
No, those you can be confident that there won't. You could end those with a title card that says that will be the only John Carter film.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, we're not doing this again. Bye.
But one thing I do like, what will there be another thing, is that like with the sludge there too, it's like, just because we defeated this environmental monster the one time does not mean we're done with it for good. So like we should actually probably care about the environment a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It does fit into the theme of the movie that
Yeah.
you can't just defeat Hedorah. Like, oh,
Hmm.
Godzilla shows up and just kills Hedorah, and that's it. We're good.
Like maybe some other Hedorahs will come down from a Hedorah world.
And as history showed us, yeah, there was another. We got a movie the next year.
Hmm. Did does Hedorah pop up much later in these movies?
Hedorah is not in the rest of the Showa ones. I can't remember. Is this the only time Hedorah shows up?
Huh.
Maybe something like Godzilla 2000 because that's got like a ton.
That's like a big mashup, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think, and it's certainly not like that same Hedorah. I mean, Hedorah shows up in Godziban, the puppet show that they do.
Hold on, what?
So, so that's the end of the movie. But
The movie's
yeah,
over, yeah.
we should say
4 stars.
yeah, yeah. Just a quick 4 stars. All right, back to the puppet show.
Yeah, puppet show,
So,
please.
so Godziban is a you can watch it all on YouTube. It's made by like Toho, and it is a Godzilla puppet show starring almost all of the Godzilla creatures. Like they've got the first evolution form of Godzilla from Shin Godzilla is in it, and that puppet will just show up and kind of breathe uncomfortably at people. It has a romantic love story with him and a ballerina, which is a
Oh
real
my
human
God.
woman and a tiny Shin Godzilla puppet. But Hedorah shows up and gives out. So it's like a grandpa Hedorah and a little kid Hedorah, and he gives
Oh my
out
god.
like ancient wisdom things to the thing, and he always says at the end, "Ohi Hadoki."
So like Hedorah has a family?
Yeah, he's a grandfather.
Did Godzilla just like make a kid an orphan in Hedorah world?
Hedorah might be the Hedorah kid might just also be Hedorah, because
Oh.
so in this movie, Godzilla pulls Hedorah's eyes out, destroys them with the thing, and then Hedorah, in its flying form, pops out of the burned up Hedorah carcass.
Oh, so Godzilla got a newborn.
So yeah, it's kind of like all Hedorahs are Hedorah. I think.
Ah, okay.
I don't. Now I gotta look up what other things Hedorah shows up in.
Because
Yeah.
Hedorah's like a pretty good villain with a good look to it. I can imagine them like they're gonna make Godzilla movies forever, but like why not have got like Smog Monster Hedorah come back?
It's okay. So it's Final Wars.
Okay.
He shows up in that,
Is
and
that's one of the crossover ones, right?
Final Wars I think is like the 2000s era, or is Final Wars late 90s? I don't remember. There's so many of these movies.
There's like 50, right? Like
Yeah, there's got to be like 40 something.
yeah.
Yeah, Final Wars is like early 2000s,
Mhm.
and Hedorah shows up in that. Hedorah shows up like in some of the side things. Like there was a television series and stuff like that. But yeah, this is basically kind of the main, like, especially in this era, you get a lot of like, okay, like that was this one movie, and then sometimes when they would bring back like a kaiju for another one, it would be because we've got a second kaiju in that movie. So like, okay, we got like Godzilla versus Rodan, and then we get Godzilla versus Rodan, and also King Ghidorah is in this one.
Hmm.
So like that's when they would use them. But I think this, because the people making, like the producers and stuff, were so not happy with this, I assume that's why Hedorah doesn't show up
Hmm.
in the next movie. But I'm
But
glad he doesn't, because it makes kind of like it's a specific movie that's a specific idea and message.
yeah, and then don't just like turn Hedorah into like the baby Yoda of the universe and just like have him in everything. Like
Or do,
Right.
because actually, if they have baby Hedorah
Actually,
and
yeah, that's a good
everything,
idea, yeah.
I would be totally fine with that. That sounds like it rules.
yeah, that's a way better idea.
Yeah, that please current Godzilla movies, please baby Hedorah.
I'd watch it for sure. Yeah, so do you have any final thoughts about Godzilla versus Hedorah?
I mean, it's a movie that I like because it's so all over the place and weird that I think it does a good job of keeping your interest, and like keeping it interesting more than just what I think people think of when they think like Monster of the Week kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Because it's got so many like really 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 striking visuals and shots, and like the animated interstitial things really jump out at you, and they're in such a kind of unique like style that doesn't fit the rest of the movie, but they themselves are the same style. So it's like this side thing they made. Yeah, and also Godzilla flies, and that's a thing that is
It's notable for sure.
it's certainly a thing that happens in this one and doesn't happen in the others.
So you're more of a Godzilla expert than me. So maybe the final thing we can end on is what are some other Godzilla movies you would recommend?
I mean, the original, like obviously, like always start with the original. If you haven't watched the original, watch
It's a
the
great
original.
movie. Really good movie.
And I think people forget like how actually kind of scary that one is, and like the sound design really makes it scary and intense. I also really love Godzilla vs. Mothra.
That's a good one.
And the Godzilla vs. Mothra from the 90s when they brought
that one.
Godzilla back. That's also like a fun one. But yeah, I've always been a Mothra fan. I think Mothra's a really fun design. So, total aside of Godzilla stuff, a lot of the Godzilla enemies were their own thing or in their own series apart from Godzilla before they showed up in a Godzilla movie. So like Mothra's first movie is not Godzilla vs. Mothra. Mothra was already a thing from its own movie. So I think that's also kind of a neat thing where Godzilla is this through line through a lot of, oh, we've got this other big character, we'll smash them together. Like Godzilla versus King Kong.
King Kong, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Baragon versus Frankenstein. That's another great one. Yeah, it's just about that movie. For a movie you want to watch is completely insane. I recommend that. I don't know. I feel like you really can't go wrong with a Godzilla. They're also a really good movie to put on if you don't want to stare at a movie. They're also really good background movies because you can engage with them as much as you want. You can just watch the monster bits if you really want to. They're always fun. They're always kind of like have a cute charm to them.
My favorite Godzilla movie is Shin Godzilla. Yaki Anno.
One of the only Godzilla movies I cried through.
Yeah, it's so good. And Shin Godzilla is also like really damn funny too. Like it's a great satire about bureaucracy and like disaster management.
Yeah, like Shin Godzilla and Minus Zero are like just on their own really, really good movies. Totally divorced from Godzilla stuff.
Yeah.
Especially Minus One. Like I kept having the thought of, oh no, Godzilla's in this movie. I forgot.
Yeah.
Like,
it's actually he's coming back. Thing.
Yeah, it kind of looms over the whole movie.
You get so invested in the human drama of Godzilla Minus One. It's like, oh right, this is a Godzilla movie.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good, like when you go back to the old, like Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and like those ones. Yeah, those are a lot of fun. And I mean, you can't beat the look of like a Mechagodzilla. It's just, there's just something I think that's still kind of undefeatable about the look of just a big costume that someone's stomping around in.
Yeah, the designs for this series are mostly really damn good.
I wouldn't say there's any of the sort of mainline kaijus in the films that I don't like the look of, too, which I think is kind of impressive if you think about how hard it is to have that much success designing creatures.
Well, there is a Manila.
Who is beautiful. God's perfect boy.
I guess like every mother loves their own son, even if they're hideous.
I'm sorry. Why don't you want a perfectly smooth, kind of eyes bulging, going two different ways Godzilla? What could be displeasing to the eye about that?
I already have E.T. at home.
and he premieres in film where for like 20 minutes straight, he's just getting his ass straight beat by giant manta rays while screaming. It's great.
That's Son of Godzilla, right?
Yeah, that's his first appearance.
That one's a lesser one for me.
It's one of the best. Yeah. Manila is one of the most cursed creatures we've ever put to film.
That he is. All right, thank you so much for joining me this week, Ryan. This was a really fun discussion.
Thanks for having me. I will always rant incessantly about a Godzilla film.
Yeah, I'd love to have you back in the future. And next week, I'm going to be joined by Johnny Amazich, and we'll be discussing John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh.
Great movie, right?
You're just like on a tear of good creature effects.
I know, right?
What a run.
I just bought the 4K for The Thing as well. I'm really excited to crack that open.
Now I'm excited to listen to your next... I wasn't before. I wasn't excited to listen to your next episode before. Now I
don't blame you.
Oh no, I forgot to get you canceled this. I forgot to get you canceled this episode. I was really hoping we could get you like to give some sort of insane Godzilla take, and then we get you canceled.
Say some slurs or something.
Yeah, well, you know, you just have to while you're talking about Godzilla.
Yeah. Give us some new slur to describe a kaiju.
That take about Manila that's just so upsetting that you can't go on the internet anymore.
That would probably will be gonna be canceled. What I actually want to do to Manila if I had a hammer.
They kind of do that to him in the movie. It's fine. I think everyone's okay with whatever you want to say about Manila.
Yeah. Right. So until next week, you can follow me on social media at bwishart. Also give MoviePod a follow on Twitter and Blue Sky. I'll put those links in the show notes. Also, please send some more correspondence to the mailbag. So fire an email off to moviepodmailbag@gmail.com. So yeah, thanks again, Ryan, for joining me. And until next time, this has been MoviePod. Take care.